I mean, we got...
Drinks are on me someday.
Someday. Sure, Laura. Sunday. Feels like day 2. Oh, left Victor. Whoa. Oh, now that's pretty. Well, what a view. Looking at the lake is like gazing into a vast mirror. Suppose that wharf you can see in the distance must be over in the Sutherland province. You can see the Saint's castle way more clearly today, too. So this is what Legram looks like on a clear day. It almost seems like we're in a different town. Well, both faces of the town have a place in my heart. Hey, I'm sorry for all the fuss I caused yesterday. You really did. However, you did what you did out of necessity, correct? Yeah. Before yesterday, I'd never been able to recognize the truth behind my master's teachings. But crossing swords with your father, it was like I finally realized what he wanted me to understand for all those years. I see. In that case, I won't criticize what you did. I can understand that feeling, struggling forward, even in the face of adversity. Seems like the winds have granted you their blessing. Still, Rean, I think you owe us an explanation. What was that power you displayed during that duel? I've never seen its like. It was so cool, like you suddenly turned into a whole different person. Almost like some kind of power was locked up inside you, came roaring out in one big flash. Yeah, I guess that's what it must seem like. There's some beast-like instinct sleeping inside me. When I completely lose control of myself, it just swallows me up, transforms me somehow. I've done something about it ever since I was a kid, and all my life I've lived in fear of it, of that other self. It seems a strange burden to bear. Something beast-like? I don't know, it seemed pretty cool. Besides, if it makes you even stronger, why not just be like that all the time? Wish if it were that simple. Years ago, I first asked my master to teach me the way of the sword in order to suppress that power. I thought that if I could master the art of fighting, I could master my fear and quell those instincts. But that did nothing to solve the underlying problem, and eventually I ended up having my training discontinued. Pretty pathetic, huh? Oh, Rean. Well, you said yesterday's duel helped you realize something, right? Right. I can deny it up and down, but nothing that doesn't change the fact that it's in there somewhere. Unless I can accept that, I won't be able to reconcile myself with the past. Or really think about my future. I mean, that sounds so simple saying it now, but it took this long for me to realize it. Oh, I see. Trouble seems to seek you out, doesn't it? So you intend to accept your lot and move forward, even though the way is anything but certain? That's actually rather inspiring. Hope you'll tell Group B what you've shared with us. I think they'll be really glad to hear it from you. Yeah, I think I will. I feel like everyone's been worried about after what happened at the old schoolhouse last month. Okay, let's go get our stuff. Heard the big news. You seriously dueled the Radiant the Radiant Blade Master. Well, he was kind enough to give me the chance to test my skill against him. The gap between him and me is so wide that calling it a duel is being generous. Nah, don't sell yourself short. It takes some real guts to even think of trying to duel the Viscount. I know you battled Sarah, and her strength is pretty intense, but he's on a whole different level. I can see you didn't achieve beginner rank when they at least school for nothing. You're surprisingly well informed. That's a bracer for you. Well, the guild's been pretty close ties with 8 Leaves Blade School after all. Or 1 Blade School. Anyway, let me get you those tasks for today. Is it gonna be 4? Oh, it's only 2? Really? That's it? Offering to the departed. Like to practice making an offering to Saint Sandlot. Would you help me gather the materials necessary to do so? Okay, chapter, sister. Okay, monster 2. There's another monster on the Elbow Highway, but we don't know what kind of monster it is. Okay, don't let me die. That's not too bad. A lot more, I guess. I am rather curious what this monster is for mission request. I want to overload you since I'm planning on giving you an extra task this afternoon. Sounds like this will be your last full day in the ground, so I want to get the most out of you while I've got you here. Anyway, get out there and do what you gotta do. Got it. Alright, let's go. Where's the chapel? Oh, the chapel's up here. No, we gotta do all the quests. This shouldn't be too difficult. Oh, she's in one of the side rooms. I think it was Sister Theramis? Well, hello everyone. Good day, Sister Theramis. Have you grown accustomed to the gram while I was away? I have. Everyone's been so kind. The only thing is I just can't get used to his father Hamilker's like daisical approach to his work. That's understandable. He has his good points, though. Really? I've yet to see him act like a responsible adult even once. We probably shouldn't be gossiping about this, though. I assume you'll come along because of my request, right? That's right. We'd like to tell you to tell us a little more about it. The request mentioned that you plan on making an offering. That's correct. I'll need a number of items in order to make it, and I'd like you to collect them for me if you're able. Do you have time to do it? Oh yeah. Sure, we'll fit it in. Something like that. Thank you very much. Allow me to tell you about what we need to do. As Lady Laura knows, it's a custom here at Legram to hold a memorial service for Saint Salot and the Eisenritter each year. Apparently once the service is held is coming up rather soon too. That sounds like kind of a downer. Well, it's not supposed to be a lively event. The memorial service is held to mourn the brave warriors who gave their lives during the War of the Lions. Will the church be leading the service? The people here seem to have a strong belief in animism, so I wouldn't have expected that to be the case. Not quite. The church is just assisting with it. Animism has much deeper roots than the church here, so it's only natural that we respect that. Legram seems to be similar to Nord in that regard. Yeah, animism is just as widely believed over there as it is here. And yet, despite that, both communities believe in the church's teachings as well. Well, the church has never once denied the existence of spirits, after all. In my opinion, that's one of the reasons teachings have spread across the continent like what they have. I guess Adios has a big enough heart for everyone, huh? Quite right. Getting back on topic, though. I've actually been asked to prepare an offering for the memorial service myself. Oh, this be your first time doing so? It will. Because of that, I'd like to practice a little before the service itself. That's why I'd like to ask you all to collect the ingredients I need for it. Oh, so that's how it is. What exactly will you be making? We're going to be making pretzels. Huh, those are pretty things that look like they're all twisted into a knot, right? That's right. However, the pretzels used for the memorial service are made to look like the spiritual monument here in town. I assume you'll be talking about the unique looking monument in the center of the town. Very saying, the pretzels here are generally baked to be rather hard, so they'll last longer. It's even said that the Eisenritter carried them onto the battlefield in their combat rations. Suppose that explains why you're giving pretzels as an offering then. That's quite a fascinating historical tidbit. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a chance to see Erebonia's most time-honored pretzels. What ingredients do you need us to get then? Oh yes, I almost forgot. Collect 5 hardy powders, 5 something, and a type of seasoning called white seed. Well, it shouldn't be too hard to beat up some monsters with that stuff. What exactly is white seed? It seems to be one of Legram's local crops, according to the father. Unfortunately, not early in season right now. So none of the stores have any. Well, I think that part should be simple enough, fortunately. Our household chef should have some on hand. Well, that's a huge weight off my shoulders. If I start gathering, we should make our way first to large home. Yes. Yeet. Hello, Lady Clara. Is there something you need from me? There's a request I'd like to make for you, if I may. Would you happen to have any white seed on hand? Of course. Why, it'd be crazy for me not to have some on hand. I've got it stored away, and I always make sure we never run out. How much do you need? I can give you the entire crate if you want. Well, I don't think we need quite that much. Well then, I suppose a small bag full should do the trick. My thanks. Anything for you, Lady Laura. All the people here really love her, don't they? Huh, I'll say. Well, that was easy. Let's look at this thing. Okay. Rescue from monsters. Alright, then we go to the highway. Oh, all the fog on the highways dissipated as well. Yeah, it's so much easier to see all the surrounding areas now. Totally, I could hardly see my hand in front of my face yesterday. Well, at least we don't have to worry about getting lost today. We may find alternate routes through the area that we missed yesterday too. It's very likely we should keep an eye out for those while we're looking for the beasts we need to slay.
It's so cool here, you'd hardly believe it's summer.
The weather's pleasant today. A fine wind blowing too.
I welcome all.
My turn.
Yes, sir.
Very well.
Right.
Go.
Yes, sir.
Now's the chance. My turn. My turn.
Yes, sir. My turn.
My turn. Go. Dead.
Right. You still. Not. Yay! Treasure! There! Now's our chance!
Go. Go.
And open! My turn.
I'll handle.
Here I...
Go. Now's the chance. You're finished.
Your swordsmanship. Huh? Is that a treasure chest?
Here we go. I'll handle.
Here I...
I did it.
Is that? Must be the monster Toval sent us out here to take care of. I've never seen anything like it. It's a robot. Is it even alive? Kinda looks more like some sort of machine. Anyway, look at it. Anyway you look at it, there's clearly something strange about that thing. Suppose that's why we were sent to exterminate it. At this point, we can't just go back without finishing the job. Yeah, so let's see what this monster's made of. On your guard, everyone.
A worthy adversary.
Here we go.
Let's see what her moves
The
are.
might of the Arcade School!
Is it the same thing?
Radiant Blade Dance!
My turn. My turn. That's that.
We
Let's
triple
not move
killed it with our rest breaks. Easy boss, 31 seconds. Well, Rean, Laura, and Milliam are the definitely the three that are ahead, that's for sure. I'm one behind them.
Awesome!
Debatable. Okay, is it dead? Seems more appropriate to say we destroyed it. Yeah, I'm getting the feeling we were fighting a living creature. A mechanical monster. Something like this doing it all the way on highway and out on a highway near the Graham. Might our intelligence division cadet be able to shed some light on this? You are the one with the mysterious mechanical companion after all. That's a good point actually. I don't think this thing's any relation to Vlammy's. For one thing, it looks like it's made of metal. It's true, Erebonia and the combat shells we used in our practical exams seem to be made of some other such substance. While they may be inorganic, the combat shells do have a certain kind of warmth to them. I don't see how that matters. They all seem suspicious. But Milliam's probably right. This thing doesn't seem enough like Erebonia to link the two. Let's head back to the Graham. I have a feeling Double will want to hear about this as soon as possible. True. He may know more about himself. Something actually ominous then. By the way, did we collect all the things that we need? Something seems amiss here. The town isn't usually this noisy. Huh? It's like the liner's back at the harbor. But who are those weird people around it? Looks like soldiers from one of the provincial armies. Certainly seems that way. White and purple. Seem to remember seeing the same colors back in Heimdall. I believe that combination of colors represents the Lemare Provincial Army. Well, Lemare is on the other side of the Empire. What business could their provincial army have in Legrand? It looks like you're back. Toval, do you know any idea what's going on here? Around the streets, they've requisited the liner from the wharf on the far shore. So first thing here is the Mayor's provincial army, not Sutherland's. It's still kind of a mystery. Apparently there's some big shot noble is visiting the Viscount as we speak. Another noble visiting father? Who could possibly? That's a bit concerning. Well, if you're curious, why don't you go take a look for yourself? Since you returned from the highway, that means you took care of the monster, right? Well, that is true. Actually, there was something we wanted to ask you about regarding that. Mechanical monster, you say? Too long? You have some idea what it might be? I'm not sure, but I think I'll have to go. Look what's left of it just in case. Anyway, go bark out there, guys. Here's your reward. Or your material. I'll leave checking out what's going on, like I mentioned to you. Well, for now, there's no harm in leaving the matter to him. Right, we should see what's going on at Laura's house. Agreed. I don't think I have it right. Where's the church? Ah, good.
Strutting around another lord's territory. How pompous can you get?
Sounds like there's a real VIP here.
Well, let's return to the manor for now.
I gotta finish this quest first, though. Please tell me I got everything I needed. Then one of you managed to get the reinsight I need? We sure have. Here you go. Oh, and here's the white seed you wanted. Thank you so much. That should be plenty. Could you wait in the adjoining room while I mix up the trail batch? How do they taste? Well, surprised, to be honest. In a good way, I mean. Indeed, these are actually better than I was expecting. Tasty and filling and free. Thinking that the Ice and Ritter may have eaten something like this to keep on fighting is kind of moving, really. It really is. Thank goodness. What do you think of them, Lady Laura? Oh, my apologies, I was so engrossed in the taste that I forgot to speak up. They're delicious. If I hadn't seen you make them, I'd swear they came from the kitchen of a professional chef like Yosef. Thank you for giving me the chance to try them. Phew. Hey, Laura? It's just some time before the memorial service, but how about we offer some of these at St. Statue now? I'd like to do that. After all, there's no limit on when you can leave an offering. Mind if we took some out long dance? Sister? None at all. It would be rude of us to indulge in all these on our own, after all. Let's go and take some. Let's be on our way then. Now I've got some pretzel powder. Yay!
Of course.
Very well. I've got this!
Since we're not fighting with your boy Lammy. Alright. There we go. I'm sure this will put a smile on her face. Now that all that's left for us is to pray. There's any special requirements for praying of this sort? Not particularly, but it is the custom to remain quiet while prayers are being offered. Whoop, whoop. Let's get our praying on then. I was focused on being quiet. I ended up holding my breath. You guys still going? It was a valiant battle to remain silent for even a single minute, but alas, victory remained elusive. Don't be too harsh on her. Well then, shall we make our way back to the chapel? Yeah, we should report back to Sister. Just in case. Thank you so much for your help, everyone. I feel bad about having you running around town for my sake. No worries, we're always glad to lend a hand. Yep, never done a job where pretzels were a fringe benefit. It was worth it. They really were delicious. The batch you make for the memorial service turns out that good, you may have nothing to worry about. I'll do everything I can to make sure that's the case. Oh, I've got to offer you all your reward for helping me. It's not much, but please take these. Yes! Ooh, EX! Thank you very much. I'm sure to put them to good use. That's one down at least. Let's move on to the other one. Pretty sure we're done now. We'll do it. Oh, Celestial Bomb. Oh, 10k HP. Look at the link real quick. Actually, Lisa's still in the lead, though. For the past two, what's it called? For the past two case studies, we haven't even had her, and she still has the highest rank. Please catching up, though. But we don't have her for this one either. Because I don't know when it's gonna possibly proc. I'm gonna go system. I'm gonna save. It's a bit of an hour, a bit of a time gap. Actually, we'll go to Orbment. Oh boy, the game keeps freezing up on me. My game, don't do this to me. Oh, hey, isn't that Rufus? Maybe not. Extravagantly dressed man. There's no need to be so hasty. At least give my proposal some thought. Your attendance would add an extra degree of prestige to our gathering. Ooh, Lord High Arms, maybe? Looks a bit like Patrick's dad, maybe. I'm merely the lord of a minor rural region. Surely you overestimate the importance of my presence. A man's worth is decided not by himself, but by those he rubs elbows with. And while I'm sure you understand, I'd appreciate if you didn't do anything to cause any unnecessary conflict. I'm not sure giving combat training to the Imperial Army is something you ought to be doing either. After all, neither of us want any trouble now, do we? Alright. Huh. With that, I bid you a fond farewell, and and my compliments on the excellent tea. I am honored, your grace. See ya. Excuse us. My, if it isn't young Laura, and Eustace Alberea too. It's a pleasure to see you again, your grace. Appreciate all you continue to do for my father. They must know him. Yeah, but looks like how tense they are. I'm expecting him to show up here of all people. That's Duke Cayenne, head of the foremost of Torgate houses, and ruler of the port city of Ortis. Oh, nope, I was wrong. Authority extends over the entire province of Lemaire to the west. Duke Cayenne. Like his mustache, though, and beard. I'd love to stay and chat and talk a while, but I'm afraid other urgent matters call me away. I'll endeavor to arrange another opportunity for us to meet in the near future. But for now, I bid you farewell. And oh, what have we here? So you're at Thors Military Academy's Class VII, huh? How do you, oh, just happen to do a little leisure time reading on your class. Not a bad looking bunch. Good. Enough with that chit chat. Its grace awaits. Excuse us. See ya, kids. Who are those men? They don't look like soldiers from a provincial army, that's for sure. They didn't seem to know and they did seem to know about our class. I presume they're personal bodyguards hired by Duke Cayenne. Father? Huh, you needn't look so concerned. However, it seems like they finally began to act. Has begun acting in secret? Indeed, for the past month they've been quite active behind closed doors. No doubt they're trying to reaffirm the Unity holding conference after conference all across the country. Of course, I'm sure this isn't news to your youngest classmate. Well, yeah. The intelligence division's all on edge, wondering whether they're all about to start a full-scale conflict with the reformists. Seriously? So that's what they've been up to, scurrying around all this time. Since Duke Cayenne's basically the leader of the noble faction, I sure wasn't expecting him to come all the way out here in person. Nor was I. They appear to be planning a large conference in the near future, to be attended by all members of the noble faction. The Duke came all the way out here to insist that I attend. Father, you're not even a member. Quite right, my lady. Your father has long kept his distance from the faction. In the same way, he has also kept space between himself and the reformers, preferring to remain neutral. However, they're convinced that all nobles should belong to the noble faction as a matter of course. I've heard they've been quite forceful bringing those nobles who don't support the faction into their ranks. I'd be correct assuming that my family's involved in all this? I'm afraid so. There's been some disagreement over whether Duke Cayen or Duke Erebonia should lead the four great houses. I expect that either would bring the same platform to the table. Useless. If you don't mind me asking, do you happen to know where my family stands on the issue? No, you're not worried about your family allegiances. Lord Schwarzer is widely known as an even more obstinate man than I can't imagine that he'd have any interest in supporting the questionable actions of other nobles. See, I'm actually a little relieved to hear you say so. Hold on a moment. Perhaps there's a move we can make after all. I'm afraid I'll be leaving the Gram again on another of my little trips. Apologize for the suddenness, but please tend to things in my absence. As you wish, my lord. Father? Wow, well that was sudden. I believe in acting swiftly and decisively. I intend on to establish contact with all the nobles who have remained neutral in the ongoing factional conflict, so as to prevent them being taken in by the noble faction's coercive methods. Ah, Father, a prudent course of action, I think. In that case, I'd be happy to come with you. The Bracer? Teoval, what are you doing here? Ah, so you're here as well. Wouldn't miss the chance to catch a glimpse of the majestic Duke Cayen. Or Cayen, who knows? I'll say Cayen. Did you know he left in a limousine that came all the way from Brayhard? Wait, then. Did it belong to the Erebonia family? Well, Rufus Erebonia got into it, so yeah, I'd say that's likely. Couldn't ask for a classier escort. In the tanks. I like Lord Rufus. Well, that was it. And gone. So Rufus was here. Well, he is the heir of the Erebonia family. Considering our visitor was none other than the Duke Cayen, it's not all surprising that Rufus would pick him up. But I know you didn't come here to volunteer your company on my trip. Which so happens that these guys here brought me a pretty curious story. We've got confirmation that a mechanical monster appeared on the highway outside the Grand. That's so. I believe this is the first time one's appeared since the counteroffensive Sir Cassius launched 2 years ago. That's right. Come to think about it, that was the first time we met, wasn't it? It was indeed. What a strange coincidence. Have any others been found in the area? Nothing so far. This is just a hunch, but I suspect it may have been released as a diversion. I concur. Perhaps having you come with me is the best course of action after all. Alright, that's what I wanted to hear. Father, it sounds like there's a lot more going on here than just factions butting heads. Sorry, I can't say anything for certain just yet. But if we turn up anything concrete, I'll be sure to tell Sarah and she'll pass it on. So what are we supposed to do? Is that it for our field study? Alright, here's what I've got for you this afternoon. 1. Okay. Really? Just the fishing thing? That's not that bad. We finished up for the day. I'd appreciate if you could head to the guild and follow your reports. I left you a note on the counter telling you how to do it. Nothing too difficult. Got it. Leave it to us. Just make sure you lock up before you leave for the night. Someone else should be coming in to take care of things tomorrow. Understood. We'll do our best to take care of the guild in your absence. Wish you well in your studies. I hope you'll forgive me for leaving it so suddenly. Not to worry, Father. I'm used to it. Thank you again for your hospitality and for agreeing to a duel. I look forward to our next meeting. So do I. You shall rate promise as a swordsman. Hope you'll continue to devote yourself to your studies and training alongside my daughter. I am honored, sir. In fact, I hope all of you will look past her uncouth father and continue giving her your friendship and support. As a single father, the fact that I have yet to hear any tales of budding romance concerning my daughter has me worried. Father. Father! It'll be our pleasure. She sure does seem popular with the girls, though. Pray you have a safe journey. Thank you for all you've done for us. Catch you later, then. Give my best to Sarah. Okay, just go. Why must yours be so? Oh, so you've got one amazing dad. Free-spirited, open-minded, not to mention incredibly strong. Having met him, I can tell how you grew up like... You did, huh? Rean's right, you know. You're living proof that great parents lead to great children. I suppose having someone like him in your life as a role model would naturally lead you to aspire to greatness. Well, that, or feeling woefully inadequate in comparison to development inferiority complex. But all told, you're living proof that the daughter of Arcade House has grown up sound in mind and body. Stop teasing me at once. Moving on. Toval has trusted us with looking after the guild. We may have only half a day remaining, but we still have our duties to fulfill. Oh, can't look at her trying to change the subject. I am not. Now she's starting to act like Elisa. Okay, where do we need to go? Oh, the end. We gotta do this quest. So what's the side quest? Why do I care? Oh, hello everyone. Have you come along with seeing my request? After seeing the request I sent to Toval? That's right. You're searching some sort of elusive fish, correct? I am. I feel like I should apologize for asking you guys to help me with a personal request, but are you up for it? If you are, I can share the details with you all right now. You're in luck. Our schedule just happens to have an opening. Thank you very much. Just like the request mentioned, you guys need to seek out for me as elusive fish for me. It's a peculiar variety of salmon known as gold salmon. Just like the name says, its body has a golden glow, not unlike the look of Goldia itself. That must be an exquisite fish. Sounds rather garish, honestly, but I have to see it to judge for myself. Have you ever seen this fish before, Weaver? Fortunately, all I have know for what I've heard from the rumors. Dan was usually fishing at the back of the inn is actually the one who told me about it. Its golden color isn't the only distinctive trait either, he said. He mentioned that its flavor is to die for, too. Ooh, now you've got my attention. I'm afraid I'd be lying if I said I wasn't interested in a taste myself. That's certainly understandable. After hearing so much about it, I wanted nothing more than to try it. I've been bugging Toval about it for quite a while now, and now it seems like, thanks to you, I might finally get my chance to try it. Fishing, huh? I guess fishers even take on jobs like this. The fish is so elusive, though. Why are the chances we could even catch one before the day's end? That does seem to be the most obvious issue here. Is it even possible to catch this fish in Lake Ebel? Doesn't seem so. Fortunately, Ben mentioned that he did catch them here at one point, but he hasn't found one on the end of his line for several decades now. That doesn't exactly inspire confidence, you know. How would we be able to catching it then? And where? Well, I've actually received some promising info from Toval that put me back on the trail. He claims he's seen a golden sparkle in the river along this highway several times now. All the sparkling sightings have been in different locations, though. At least the narrows are searched the river. True. It'll be much easier than trying to search the lake would be. You might be able to find it then. I know it won't be easy, but please as punch if you catch one. But now I think it's off me with this word. Let's see what you got there. I'm not sure if this is going to cut it. Golden salmon is supposed to be quite a hefty fish, and this rod is designed for smaller catches. They might be better off using one of our loner rods. Sorry about that. I'm sure to make good use of this. I'll have to make our way then. Yeah, let's go. To the highway we go. I kind of don't really want to fight anything because I'm not grinding this time. Oh, someone's already fishing. Annabelle. The shiny golden glow. I simply can't wait to catch it. Seems like a good spot to fish, but I was expecting someone to be here already. Seems to be an ordinary civilian and a noble at that. Surprised she strayed this far from town. Should we try talking to her? Yeah, might as well. Excuse me, can we talk to you for a moment? Oh, who are you? Wait, I recognize you. You're that military academy student who saved me in my hour of need several months ago. Oh yeah, I think we did meet once before. Oh, so you know her? We ran into her while we were out in Keldek on our very first field study. And I remember one of our tasks involved delivering a lost wallet to its owner. It just so happened that the wallet belonged to this lady in front of us. I see. I'm very grateful for what you did for me. Sadly, the wallet has become rather lighter since you returned it to me. Oh? Might we ask what brings you out here? I would have thought this was obvious. I'm trying to catch my dinner, of course. Some may think of fishing as a leisurely hobby, but I would beg to differ. It's proven to be an essential survival skill. I see. I don't remember her being anything like this last time. So what's inspired you to come this far out of town to fish? You could have just sat on a dock on the Graham, right? You could have, yes. The Gram is conveniently situated right on the shores of Lake Ebel, after all. Surely, it wasn't necessary to brave the dangers of the highway to come out this far just to fish. That's where you're wrong, I'm afraid. A first-class angler needs a first-class spot. Eating fish on the shores of a peaceful lake just wouldn't satisfy me. What is with this woman? She's certainly a unique individual. Something you're after something special, if I had to guess. Indeed, I am. I've come here seeking the elusive gold salmon. I heard tales of it from a gentleman in the Gram by the name of Ben. He also informed me that it cannot be found in Lake Ebel, which is what led me to this spot. Sure enough, not long ago I finally caught a glimpse of a golden glimmer beneath the water surface here. A golden glimmer? That sounds a lot like what Torvald said he saw too. Looks like this must be the spot then. Should have known that you'd be searching for it too. Very well then. Let us compete to see who can catch the golden fish first. Not really what I had in mind, but we came out here. That's how we have to see. Seem to have found our location. Sure enough, let's get fishing. That is so difficult.
That's a catch.
Oh, we got one. Yes! Impossible. You caught a gold salmon before me? How can this be happening? Now you're making me feel kind of bad about it. So thank you very much for telling us about the golden glimmer you saw. Well, you may not have thought to fish here if not for your guidance. Fair play is a necessary element in any competition. Think nothing of it. Besides, I simply paid the price for underestimating you. It was my fault that I lost. I thought my experiences over the past several months had strengthened me, but it seems I still have room to improve. And improve I shall until one day I am known across the land for the finest angler in all of Erebonia. Well, I bid you a good day. Yeah, more power to you. Just dodge all these monsters, not in the mood to fight anything at all. So I could fight, grind a little bit more, but I think my guy's already pretty grinded up. We got you your fish, bud. Hey there, everyone. Do you want to see me, or is that the legendary gold salmon you have there? Defying all the odds, it actually is. Here you go. Oh, and here's your rod back. Oh my, it's so beautiful. I really can't thank you enough. It's even more splendid than in Ben's tall tales. Now I can see why people liken its appearance to Goldia too. So, when you're gonna cook it for us? Really now? I see you're so curious about its taste as I am. Naturally, I have every intention of sharing the taste of this triumph catch with all of you. For how to bring out the finest flavor, river fish tend to be the best suited to grilling, so just wait a few minutes while I fire up the grill. Oh, kind of looking forward to this now. To think we got some food from one of our morning tasks too. Feels like we've just been stuffing our faces today. Well then, what do you guys think? Where do I even start? Well, the amount of fat was just perfect, sublime even. Agreed, I never would have imagined it would have had this exquisite taste. Glad to see my earlier skepticism was wholly unwarranted. It's hard to believe that this was just grilled. Yeah, I didn't even think you could get a fish this tasty. Glad you all liked it. Even I was surprised how delicious it was, just melts in your mouth. Feels like it's my duty to share with the rest of the town now. Let's go off to put in another request with Torvald. I'm sure he'll gladly accept. Yeah, once he hears about how crazy good it is, you'd have to be crazy to turn down the opportunity. You said it. Honestly though, I want to thank you again for all your help. Unfortunately, all I can offer is stock from the store. Please take it. I wish you all the best for the rest of your field study. Thank you. Good day then. Well, on to the guild house, because that'll... Oh, we did. Well, we finished it. Following the instructions to left for them, they began the quite as exciting process of filling the paperwork. Of course, millions out cold. Oh, are you finished? Yeah, we just finished getting everything sorted out. Goodness, that was exhausting. That little brat. She could at least try and help instead of lying around like a house cat. Can't say I'm surprised. I doubt she's used to spending this long on such exciting tasks. Oh well, we're almost finished. Alright then, still it really goes to show how top rate Toval is. He fills a lot of requests on his own. So it's time to handle all the day-to-day realities of running a guild branch. Indeed, it's even more impressive when you consider that he finds time to visit other regions of the country as well. His mobility and knack for solving problems are exactly what one would expect from a bracer. The guild may have been forced out of the country, but he's still out there trying to help as many people as he can. Even when we were in Brayhard, he came to our aid. If you look at all these records, it's clear that the people really trust him and rely on him for help. That's very true, but something the matter? Nah, I was just thinking. If bracers play an essential role to the people of other countries, are they not just as essential to Erebonians? Well, you may be right, and not just because they help maintain public order and provide other services. That idea of prioritizing the protection of civilians above all else is pretty noble, something people admire. That's certainly true. In many ways, that form of nobility that's beginning to fall by the wayside within Erebonia's aristocracy. I'm not sure the issue is as black and white as you'd have it. The guild is an organization first and foremost, the one based far too much on idealism, far too little on practicality. Donations and public funding can only go so far in covering its operating costs. It's no stretch at all to say that with the empire as is now, the guild's removal was inevitable. That's what my brother said once when we discussed this. He says, looks like his brother is weighing on his mind. Suppose that's another way to look at it. I have to admit, it sounds rather cold and dismissive, but it does carry more weight coming from Rufus Alvarez. Emma, they're so big. What? You saw. Oh my god. What million? Look at that, she doesn't even have to be awake to be irritant. Anyway, it shouldn't take too much longer to finish filing the rest of the reports. We should focus on getting everything done and returning to the mansion. Sounds good to me. Excuse me, is anyone here? Sarah? Oh, nope. Oh, you're the girl who works at the Watteau store, aren't you? Oh, Lady Laura. Is Silva here by any chance? I'm afraid Silva's out of town on business at the moment. Something the matter? They haven't come home? Julian and Colonel still haven't come home, back from the castle. Oh no, wait, did you mean, did those two go to the Lohengrin Castle? Surely you don't mean to suggest they took a boat without any supervision. I'm afraid so. They said something about going on an adventure, then they took one of the boats without even asking. It's evening now, and they still haven't come back. Sounds like a serious problem. Yeah, and right when Toval's away from the guild too. We'll just have to do whatever we can to help out. Agree, we can't just stand around and hope they'll come back. If we're to search the lake, we'll need to boat ourselves. I'll have Klaus prepare one for us at once. While you'll do that, I'll wake up Melian and we'll have another look around the town to see if we can find them. I think I'm searching the town does seem to be the best course of action. Thank you. Rest assured we'll do what we can to find them. Well, what are we gonna do? Well, I think it's safe to say the boys aren't in town. Looks like they really did head out in the castle on a boat. The lake's been calm, there's no sign of the boat on the water, so at least it's unlikely they capsized. Guess that leaves the castle then, right? Lohengrin Castle was once the stronghold of Ice and Ritter. While the Arcade family is still its steward, it's rare that anyone ventures inside. I hope nothing terrible has happened to them. Their parents are really worried too. I've asked them to stay at home and wait for us to contact them, but at this point all we can do is venture to the castle and see what we find. We have to use the boat now, do we not? We do. A couple students from the Arcade school are preparing a normal boat for us as we speak. It does worry me that it started growing misty again though. Well, let's head down to the wharf. Let's make sure all of our equipment is sorted out and for everything we need just in case. Right, let's hurry. And that'll do it for this episode. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Like the video, subscribe above, and die. Just kidding, don't die, it's not a good idea. It's not healthy. And see you guys next time. Peace out.